I know this is gonna piss people off
I mean,
because I wrote a blog post about this, and I pissed a lot of people off. And people that watch this, warning, you're probably about to get pissed off. Not a problem.
What is something that you don't want to share, but you know you should share because it can help somebody else?
I'm a pretty open book. There's not really anything that I would hold back from sharing. Really, if people ask, I'll tell them. I'll tell them like it is. But to help somebody else, I guess a follow-up just to that would be like, what context? Are we talking like a life lesson context, or a more specified to what I do and what my strengths are? Like,
What is something that's not really talked about that often that you wish people would talk about so you could talk about it?
oh, 100%, I got this one. That would be how black people are perceived in society. And I know this is gonna piss people off.
I mean,
Because I wrote a blog post about this, and I pissed a lot of people off. And people that watch this, warning, you're probably about to get pissed off. But I don't feel like this whole entire holding black people down thing is white people's fault. And I think that as a culture, kind of goes back to the Joyner Lucas "I'm Not a Racist" video. That one was very powerful to me because it really was a true meaning there that was, you have to be able to break out of that. Like, I get it. Things in the past happened to our race that was bad, very bad. The other part of it is we weren't there for that. And, you know, my grandma went through segregation. She went through it all, still put my dad through college. And she is a victim of all these negative things we hear in history class and history books. But there has to be a point where you have to move on. You have to forgive. And you have to move on. And you have to take it upon yourself to change the perceptions of others. It's something that I've learned because I've been in a lot of interracial relationships. And I've changed the minds of people who are from very racist areas of this country. So for them to be in such of a racist place and coming from that avenue, and as I was saying, going from not liking hip-hop music, I mean, this is the same person we're talking about here, to then wanting me over there all the time to help him build his house. That doesn't come from me having an attitude about what maybe his family 10, 50, 100 years ago did. I'm looking at him for who he is. I can change his perception, right? I can't fix everybody, but anybody I come in contact with, I can fix that. I control what people think about me. If I don't want people thinking that I'm some sort of a hoodlum, I don't act like one. I pull my pants up. I don't do bad things in bad neighborhoods, and I get it. Poverty is a real thing. I've written papers on poverty, and there's things that situations people can't control, which causes them to do things because they have to survive. And that's where the other side of it does come into it, is people need to realize that not everybody chooses a bad life or a life of crime. A lot of people do, but other people don't. And there has to be some sense of understanding there. So I think it's both sides' fault. You know, one side for not understanding that not all black people or minority people in general these days are in that situation because they want there. But also, you know, if you are in a more impoverished or, you know, don't have as many opportunities, you can get them. I mean, they're out there with the internet now. Is it hard? Yes. Is it going to take a lot of work? Yes. Will it take time and money? Yes. Will it be easy? No. Will you probably lose people along the way? Yes. But if you really want to and you really want to change the perception of anybody, you can. And I think for the whole Black Lives Matter movement and the whole Minority Matter movement and the whole LGBT Lives Matter and the women lives, like all these movements that are going on, it's all the same premise. It's you have to take the time to actually want to change the perception and not just continually be hurt over and over and over again, because it's not going to change anything. You know, if we want racism to go away, if we want sexism to go away, we're the ones that control it still being here. You know, it's the same reason why people say when somebody dies, you want to keep talking about them because you want to keep them around. Well, in these situations, it's reversed, since it used to be. I mean, have a conversation with my grandma and listen to the things that she used to tell me she went through, the terms that she used to be called, the things that happened to her, the dogs, the fire hoses, the segregated schools. That's happened to her. I mean, I've walked into a place where everybody walked to the back of a restaurant and looked at me like I had 17 heads in West Virginia. I've had that happen to me too. So it is real. I'm not taking that away. But I am saying that you can't let those one or two incidents or one or two bad people let you think that the entire world is like that, because I honestly don't believe that it is. I've been pulled over by the police multiple times. I've been racially profiled. It happens. And yes, could I have sat there and got really pissed off and got really loud and ignorant about it and probably would have ended up in jail or shot? That's what would have happened. But I had a choice. And my choice was, I'm not going to be a statistic. I don't want to be on that radar. I don't want to be on that spectrum. And I chose not to. So any opportunity that came my way, I took it. And I didn't care what anybody thought about me. I didn't care if people said, oh, you talk white, or you dress white, or you're the whitest black guy I know. I've gotten all those things over and over and over again. But at the end of the day, me being all of those things got me through college, got me a good job, found me a passion, found me an amazing fiance, and got me in front of this camera with no criminal record, good future ahead of me and good head on my shoulders. So if that's what it took, I'll do it all over again. And I think if more people really did that, we could fix a lot of these problems in the world if people just took some of their emotions out of it and just looked at the problems and fixed it for what it is from both sides. Mm-hmm. So that's probably what I tell people.